Can you hear me? Yeah. Nice. Can hear me as well? Can Ethan hear me as well? Yeah. And 90 seconds coming up, and I'd be ready to go. Okay. Good afternoon, Warrior Nation. This is Nathan Roach coming to you from the Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting booth, high above the Nokomis court, for today's volleyball matchups between your Nokomis Warriors and the visiting Messalonskee Eagles. This is the JV matchup, which would be a best of 3 games. It is getting a bit of a late start, so we do thank you for your patience, and for those who are tuning in, looking for the beginning of the game. And it's possible that they will cut the JV match short. That remains to be seen before the varsity game this evening. Now, both Nokomis JV and varsity are coming in with a 2-2 record, and one of their games has already been at Messalonskee, where the Warriors did not win. So they're looking to turn that around here on our home court. The Nokomis Warriors are coached by Sherry Dubé, varsity coach Kate Myers, both over on the bench. The officials for today are Mila Kreider, who is up on the stand by the net there, and Brian McDonald on the far side, in touch with the scorers table. Service for the Warriors. Sierra Bagley with the first serve of the game. Game on. That's a nice spike serve, and it's an ace right off the bat. First bit of action, first point for the Warriors. All right. Messalonskee unable to return that serve either after using all 3 hits. There we go. Bump, set, looking for the third hit. Miscommunication by the Eagles, and that gives the Warriors their 3rd point. In a game that goes to 25, it's a good start. Another good serve, bumped backwards and back and out of bounds again. Now some of the fun of volleyball is being able to scramble out of bounds to try and hit a ball back in bounds. But once it hits the wall, that's too late. 4-zip for the Warriors. Lovely set and bumped back to the Warriors' side of the court by number 12, Cara de Girolamo. So that's side out to Messalonskee, and de Girolamo has the serve. Ball tipped by the Warriors, and it's another point for Messalonskee, closing the gap to 2. Another nice serve, returned right away. All 3 hits in use by Messalonskee, but unable to return it are the Eagles. Julie Vance coming up with a serve for the Warriors. Typically one of the Warriors' best servers, on JV at least. Oh, the ball makes it over. Tip off the net. Nice Good rally here. Oh, that was prime for the spiking, but Tiana Curry unable to put that one down. 5-3 for the Warriors. Substitution coming in for Messalonskee. Oh, looking. Seems to be an official timeout here after the substitution, as the Warriors will put a sub on as well. This is number 5, Alexis Grignon, waiting to come on. Number 6, Mia Gilly, was waiting to serve, but perhaps with this substitution, the rotation will be a bit different. And it appears between the officials and the scorers, that's one of the things they have to keep track of, as of course the coaches do as well. I was talking with Coach Dubé, before the game just a little bit, and got a bit of background for you. She was actually one of the founding coaches, along with Julie Moulton, of the Warriors volleyball squad a few years back. Then stepped away for a few years, and she's back once again. All right. The information has been sorted out. Play resumes with a nice long serve. Back to that middle spot for the Warriors, and Vance with the dive, but unable to scoop that up. Looking for that dig. Warriors still lead 6-4. A point is earned on every serve, and that one too long. Too much power. For number 15, Kyra Cummings, and she is being subbed for now by number 19, Caitlin Burbank. Here's Rachel Cresswell to serve it for the Warriors. Some good power to that, all the way to the back line. Set up, and whacked into the net by Messalonskee. That's a point for the Warriors. See a nice juicy part in the middle of the floor. Could be what Cresswell's aiming for. It goes longer than that. Oh, trying to get that right over on the second hit was number 34 for Messalonskee. I apologize to any Messo fans at home. I do not have her name on the roster. Nice serve there. All 3 hits used. Bumped over to the Warriors. Good spike by Courtney Adams for the Warriors, and side out. No, rather not side out, but a point for the Warriors. Cresswell with another authoritative serve. Setting up for a spike. It makes it over, and the Warriors unable to recoup for that. As Adams got a touch on it, but not enough to get it up in the air for a second hit. Side out Messalonskee, and they trail 5-10. Ball whacked into the net. 11-5 Warriors. And now Mia Gilly will step up to serve. Left-handed serve, and it's a beaut. Looking for that third hit. It's got to go over. More or less a spike from the back line. Ooh, it was close, but it was out. Side out, Eagles. Figuring out the rotation and a substitution as Delaney Smith, number 27, comes on into the server spot. That one's too low. Into the net. Side out. Warriors. Tiana Curry coming back on for the Warriors. And Courtney Adams goes back for the serve. Oh, it was a powerful serve with some spin over it. Top spin. High hit. The finish by Bagley. Back to the Warriors. Bumped over, single hit. Oh, the setup went over. And that one comes out of bounds. Point for the Warriors. Courtney Adams with the next serve. All three hits were being used there, and it looked like, unfortunately, that would be a double hit on the Warriors. Player cannot hit the ball twice in a row, and that counts even if your two hands are separated and both make that, not at the same time. Oh, the big spike from the net, but that goes out of bounds. Sierra Bagley for the serve again. Oh, ball spiked over. Tiana Curry there for the block, but it comes back at her, and she's not able to bump it up. Each side, of course, gets 3 hits, and a block does not count. So she could have hit it directly after her own block. Or anyone else on the team, of course, could have. Ooh, another miscommunication there. I got it. No, I got it. And nobody got it. It's number 12, Cara de Girolamo once again. Up in the air, looking for the spike. Potentially player touched the net on that one. So side out to Nokomis. Vance with the serve. Oh ho ho, she picked the right spot. Number 20, Olivia Johnston, trying to get there and not able to dig enough. Another good serve by Vance. First hit, then goes to a spot where no one else was able to retrieve it. There's a good first bump, set, and the spike. Oh, right to that spot in front of Vance. And she was unable to dig in that case. So it's side out to Messalonskee with some subs coming on. The Warriors lead by 7. It's a nice looking serve by number 39 for Messalonskee. Another one with authority. Oh, the second hit, recovered that. Even though the first hit was not good, but unfortunately the attempt to play over goes out of bounds. It goes to show you can play off any deflection. You can play off any part of the body, really, as well. And that serve into the net. Side out to Nokomis. Grignon with that serve. The play made back to the Warriors. Spiked over on the second hit. Oh, good play. Vance unable to get that dig. That's the kill by number 15, Kyra Cummings. Ooh, once again, Messalonskee picking that spot just between the front and back lines of the Warriors. See if they adjust positioning a little bit to try and cover that. Here's Cummings now with the serve. Yeah, that's a rocket. Oh, deflect off the net. Perfectly legal and hard to track. The Warriors unable to get a hand on that. Messalonskee's closing the gap with these serves by Cummings. That one had some spin on it. A bit of a curveball. Hits the net and goes out. And side out to the Warriors, who are now within 5 of winning the game, 20-14. Rachel Cresswell with the serve. That's a powerful one. So powerful that De Girolamo only able to bump it backwards, and her teammates couldn't catch up. Third hit, put to the Nokomis back line, off the net. And the third hit, oh, could not make it over with that one. Substitution coming on. Number 21, Macy Gagnon to serve for Messalonskee. Ooh. A low serve just gets over the net and deflected by Courtney Adams, but unable to get a proper bump on it, and it skims to the floor. Another serve by Macy Gagnon. Warriors better ready for that one, but then unable to recover to make the play. And it's another point for Messalonskee, now trailing 21-17. All right, the pretty good serving run by Macy Gagnon over after getting one ace there. Side out to Nokomis, where Mia Gilly will pick it up. Oh, running out of bounds to recover, and they're able to get it over. Nice play. And that's really a smart play by Courtney Adams on the spike to put it right over to the far side of the court after half of Messalonskee's team had run to the near side. Get them out of position. Well done. 23-17. The first bump, not a good one to make a play on. It's game point for the Warriors. That's over. Back to the Warriors. Nicely played. keeping the volley alive. De Girolamo with that spike right at the net. Oh, right at the net. It's number 39, whose name I don't have, but nice play there to keep in the game for the Eagles. Side out, Messalonskee, trailing 24-18, able to make a play off of it. 24-20. There's a great bump by Adams. And that was enough to put it over to the Messalonskee side, and that's game. Warriors win game 1, 25-20. Game 2 should be starting pretty shortly. Just under 3 minutes to go here. When last we joined you for volleyball action, it was winter. Today, it is securely looking like spring, and yet, I have to say, we know here in Maine there's still a chance of getting a bit of snow. Any time from now till May, probably. But we'll take this beautiful warm weather while we can get it, and mention that as much to say as normally we'd have this kind of weather on the other side of the seasons in the fall when volleyball would typically happen. So glad that our girls are able to play volleyball after being denied the fall season due to the COVID stuff. And yet here we are, making excellent use of the gym on a beautiful sunny day after the time springing ahead to give us extra daylight in the evening. Most of the snow gone, green grass coming out. We love it. All right, we got a few sponsors to share with you on the screen. Palmyra Golf Course and Campground at 147 Lang Hill Road in Palmyra. Thank you for being a Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting sponsor. Also, A.E. Robinson from 60 Newport Road in Corinna, 278-4626 for your oil needs. We also have Nor'easter Game Calls. Get 'em in close. And ready to get back at you with the game 2 after Nokomis winning the first game 25-20. Messalonskee making it close after an early Nokomis lead in that first game. Play to start momentarily as soon as the officials give the signal and the whistle. We're waiting. Game about to start, I think. We'll just giving a moment for it to start here. But I'll mention our fearless director, Matt Brown, here at the Control Center. Also our cameraman, Ethan Cody and Bradley Moore. Bringing you today's action between Messalonskee and Nokomis. Now we're ready to go. Cara De Girolamo. Shabat with a great bump and then backwards hit to get it over the net. Oh, ball coming right at you. And that one the play between Curry and Grignan trying to get that ball over. Volleyball is definitely a game of quick reactions. That serve into the net gives a side out to Nokomis. And Alexis Grignan will go back for the serve. Nice high one. Fielded by Goldsmith. Grignan with her second serve for the game. Goldsmith with that bump again. Then Alexandria Weeman with a hit that goes into the net. Point Warriors. Ooh, that one high and a little too wide. Just a bit outside. Side out to Messalonskee. Ooh. Hard hit that gets to the front row, and Tiana Curry trying to handle that one. It's a little too hot to handle. There's a good serve. Oh, there's some communication by the Warriors, and yet Addison Hall not quite able to get there. Sarah Hubbard stepped aside, but that was a hard one to handle. There's a good first hit. Shabbat unable to get the second hit on that, though. Is it trying to locate that high in the sky. Here we go once again. High bump on the first hit. The third hit's got to go over. Unable to are the Warriors. And this nice run by Messalonskee puts them up 6-3. Ooh, the luck ran out, or her arm, one or the other. That serve right into the net. Shabbat with the serve. Beautiful serve. Alexandria Weeman unable to get the dig there, and that's a point for Nokomis. Another good serve by Shabbat. Oh, good three hits used there, and the spike by Kira Goldsmith, and she gets another kill in the game. We got 31, Isabel L'Italien coming up for the serve. Batchelder with the first hit for the Warriors there and gets out of the way for Grignan. But the ball does not make it over. Another point for the Eagles. All right. A little bit of pinball on that one. Ball bouncing around on the Warriors side. Good strong serve by L'Italien and sort of handcuffed Grignan there. She had stepped in just a bit too far and unable to get her hands on it. L'Italien with another serve, and it's an ace. Warriors calling the timeout is head coach Sherry Dubé. We talked this one over. As you can see on the scoreboard, there's a minute-long timeout. And yeah, some strong serving by Messalonskee in this game has given them the lead, and the Warriors need to figure that out. Perhaps just get calmed down and collected. be ready to face those serves. And they'll cut the timeout short. Don't need the full minute. Here we go. Maybe stop that momentum by Messalonskee, except that not yet. Isabelle Italienne with another serve that's hit out of bounds by the Warriors. Oh, trying to return with the bump on the first hit there, but it goes out of bounds. Chabot steps up for the bump. Unable to scoop that one out. Quite the run by Isabelle Italienne. That one goes off the net, but that is legal. And another ace. Oh, this is a good second hit. It was a nice scoop by Curry and another play right after to keep the play going for the Warriors. Oh, we needed that third hit there, and no one wanted to take it. Exciting play. Unfortunately, more so for Messalonskee than for Nokomis. And the bump goes out of bounds. There's the bump, which also ends up being the kill, if you will, by Chabot for the Warriors. As Messalonskee's unable to return that. We'll see if Nokomis can turn the momentum around now. That gives them their 6th point, but they're down by 11. Rachel Cresswell comes on for the serve. That's a nice strong serve. Returned to the Warriors and put down for the kill by Cadence Batchelder. Outside hitter. Another serve by Cresswell. All right, another kill by Batchelder. Just barely had to tap it over the net, but she hits that straight down. No one could get it for Messalonskee. There's an ace for Cresswell. Nice high serve on that one. Ooh, unable to get that over the net was Messalonskee with the bump on their third hit. Back to the net. Not able to hit it high enough. There's the substitution. Number 15, Kyra Cummings checking back in as Weeman exits. Resuming the serve for the Warriors. They bump the set. Need a long hit to get it over, and they did. That hits the back middle there, and our middle blocker, Chabot, unable to get to that one. Let's side out to Messalonskee, who now lead 18-10. Nice little run of serves by Cresswell to bring the Warriors within 8. And that serves goes straight out of bounds. Side out right away to Nokomis. Sarah Hubbard to serve. Good underhand serve. The bump, the set, and here comes the spike. It's over. And Batchelder with that first hit, but not a very controlled one. It's just a reaction shot. Goes out of bounds, or hits the floor first anyway. Here's Macy Gagnon coming in to serve for the Eagles. Strong hit, returned by the Warriors. Third hit, makes it back over. Ooh, and the bump there from number 34 hits the ground. Sort of unforced errors there. Gives the Warriors the ball and their 12th point. Courtney Adams on to serve. Try and bring the Warriors closer. Oh, she spanked that one right over. Coming right back to Adams. The bump. Warriors scrambling with all three hits there, but unable to make it work. Delaney Smith to serve now for Messalonskee. Second hit goes into the net. Batchelder trying to scoop it up off the net, but unable to get that over. 21-12. Delaney Smith serve just about hitting her teammate there as she scrambles to get out of the way. All right, substitutions for both teams. Batchelder has the serve. Tiana Curry coming on to the be an outside hitter for the Warriors. It's a nice serve there, handled by Messalonskee. Third hit gets over. That's going to go straight over. Kept in play. Oh, miscommunication, but the third hit makes it over by Shabat. Point Warriors. Batchelder with the serve. Oh, that serve proved a little too hot to handle for Kara Goldsmith. Point for the Warriors within 6. Great serve, nice bump, set, and spike to return. Oh, decent second hit. Shabat acting somewhat as the setter there with the second hit, but unable to put it over where the Warriors. 31, Isabelle L'Italienne with the serve. She had the great run to start the game, I believe. And that ball hits the floor. Point for Messalonskee. Just 2 away from a win and tying up this match. Batchelder gets that, puts it right over. Back to the Warriors. Lining up, trying to get the right-handed spike, but Curry misses that one. It's game point for the Eagles. Good spinless serve there, and that must have fooled the Warriors. Courtney Adams trying to make a play on it. But it hits the floor, and that is game number 2 to Messo, 25-15. So we'll have a few minutes here, and the third game in this JV series, which would be a best of 3, will be a game to 15. After a good, strong start by the Warriors in the first game, Messalonskee rebounds, getting great serving from L'Italienne, especially in that game. To tie up this match. While the teams have their talk, we'll bring you our sponsors, Casa Cattle Farm Store at 207-249-2191. Get your beef, pork, lamb, chicken, and eggs there in Corunna, Maine. We're Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. We'll also thank Nor'easter Game Calls. Get them in close. Many thanks to the sponsors of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, able to bring you this over the airwaves of local cable, as well as live and streaming on the internet from wherever you are in the world. Well, really, it's from here in Nokomis, I should say, to wherever you are in the world. But you can watch it wherever you have a mobile streaming device. So, win. The Eagles have taken the floor. Staying on the same side here, not like some games like tennis where they would switch sides between matches, or field hockey and soccer to switch sides at the half. That makes it a little easier and quicker for substitutions coming in from the side. And averts some confusion. Maybe not all the confusion, but some of the confusion. What do I know? This is my second broadcast of a volleyball match. So I appreciate the patience of the volleyball-loving public. All right, here come the Warriors, hopefully with renewed spirit and vigor. I believe if they probably keep switching who serves first, it would be the Warriors' turn in Game 3. As the home squad, it would make sense to have that home court advantage. Beautiful new volleyball court here at Nokomis Regional High, the new school. It's now been used for the basketball season, and this is the first time it's being used for volleyball season, with the first home game being a couple weeks ago, as brought to you on these same Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting channels. Great serve by Adams. A valiant effort by number 15, Kyra Cummings, to make a return on that third hit. Excellent forceful serve there. Cummings again, looking for the kill. Warriors trying to keep it alive. Grignan with that. Looking for a strong third hit in the back row, but a little confusion between teammates. And the ball falls, and it's side out. Messalonskee. Ooh, strong serve. That fools the Warriors a bit. Gilly trying to scoop that one, unable to. Another serve. A strong return, but so strong, goes right out of bounds. Right to the corner. Of where our audience would be. But we thank you for being here online and in spirit. Side out Warriors. Julie Vance to serve. That one's short. Unfortunate. She's typically one of the better, more consistent servers for Nokomis. Here's Messalonskee. First hit goes into the net for the Warriors. There is an ace. Curry unable to put on the block at the net. And then it basically goes off the leg of Julie Vance. Oof. More strong serves coming from Messalonskee. Wish we could bring you that player's name. Got 3 or 4 aces just in this game, besides one from a previous game. And finally the run is over as that serve goes out of bounds. Side out to Nokomis, who will sub on Sierra Bagley. She'll get the serve. All over to the Warriors. Oh, good dig there by Messalonskee to keep that one alive. Goldsmith, the same player who made that, unfortunately, for her, unable to make the final play. Point for the Warriors, who do have a little catching up to do, down 7-4. But solid serving continues for Bagley, bringing the Warriors to 5 points. Proper volleyball etiquette of rolling the ball under the net to return it. And that serve goes into the net. Once again to Kyra Cummings for the serve. Oh, that's strong, but too strong. A nice bit of curve going from her right to left. May have been a hard one to return, so fortunate for the Warriors who get the side out, and Cadence Batchelder now to serve. Within 2, keeping in mind that at 6-8 right now, they only need 15 to win. They'll win by 2. Ball's over, off the net. That was 2 hits in a row, unfortunately, and she knew it. Rachel Cresswell. You're able to make a block and then hit it again. But if you hit it off the net, a teammate would have to be the next one to hit it. Olivia Johnston with that serve, which falls short. Here's Grignan. Timeout for the official. Brian McDonald on the far side. Maybe getting something squared away for the scoring. Back from the official timeout. Gilly with a strong serve. Fielded by Goldsmith. And out of bounds. Point Warriors as they pull within 1 now. 8 serving 9. Just flings off the net, and that's good. Point to the Warriors, who are now tied. Substitution is completed, and the next serve. To bump the set, the spike, not a spike. Sadly, that one goes out of bounds on our near side here. Side of official Mila Kreider. Number 34 to serve for Messalonskee. Below the net. her heart wasn't in it. Side out to Nokomis. And Grignan. The serve. Nice setup. Oh, the spike by Vance. Oh, good try to dig by Mia Gilly. Unable to scoop that up. Substitution now. Tiana Curry coming back on for Nokomis to that outside hitter spot. Good bump, set, and over by Vance. Messalonskee gets it over. Batchelder unable to scoop that one up. Possibly thinking Cresswell would get to it. L'Italien with the service again, and that hits the line. That's inbounds. The guests leading 13-10, only needing 2 to win. Oh. Unfortunate and uncharacteristic bad serve there for Messalonskee. Side out to Nokomis, still within 2. Needing just 4 to get the win here. There's a nice serve. Oh, and an ace. Nicely done, Rachel Cresswell. That one bumped backwards, trying to recover. Good effort there by L'Italien on the back line, but nothing doing. It's tied 13-13. Brilliant serve. That lands in. And we're on to game point for the Warriors. Nice run by Rachel Cresswell here. And that ace. Steps into it. First hit goes back. They'll try and scoop that over, but it's not enough. The Warriors win 15-13. That's game, set, and match. We will take a break here at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting and see you later on for the Nokomis Varsity game. Scheduled to start, well, it was scheduled to start around now, but of course they'll have their warm-ups. Or 6:30, I think, actually. All right, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Good afternoon and good evening to you, Warrior Nation. This is Nathan Roach, live and worldwide, streaming on the net. For Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, bringing you this matchup between the home Nokomis Warriors and the visiting Messalonskee Eagles. The Eagles are coming in with a 5-1 record for their varsity squad. Nokomis has a 2-2 record, having dropped one of their matches at Messalonskee last week. But we're looking for a rip-roaring, exciting game and match here. Best of 5. You may have seen the Nokomis come out with a strong win against Hamden a couple of weeks back. The first home game in team history as a varsity squad and here in the new gym. And hopefully this will work itself into a good home court advantage for the Nokomis Warriors. Nokomis is coached by Coach Kate Myers and assisted by Sherry Dubé. Messalonskee is co-coached by Pia Selamer and Lisette Bordis. And Messalonskee has the first serve, number 13, Candice Pilat. And strong overhead serve goes all the way out of bounds. First point and side out to the Warriors. Great serve by Abby Brown. Good talk by the Warriors. Hit by Dauphiné. Nice finish by Ali Grozic. Gets the Warriors their first offensive point. Brown with a nice jumping spike serve. Got a lot of power on that. Ball into the net, and Warriors unable to get to that. Side out Eagles. Number 9, Elise McDonald, getting ready for the serve as a substitute comes on. Number 10, Jordan Lambert. Oh, strong hit, so low, like a straight drive. Nice play by the Warriors. Nice dig by Messalonskee. Good spike. It's over the net and back again. One hit. Nice hit by Melissa Walker there. Side out to Messalonskee. McDonald with the second serve. Nice spike by Walker. Or Grozic, rather. Oh, what a block. What a block by Grozic. Play still live. The block again. And then that ball goes out of bounds. Side out, Warriors. A lot of fast-paced play here. A varsity match. Both teams usually able to use 3 hits and get some impressive kills. Great serve by Nancy Dauphiné. Left-handed spike put down by Grozic. Oh, it's the reaction, deflection by Paula Dauphiné. The outside hitter location there. And that ends that rally, that volley. It is 3-3 with that service now by Messalonskee. Number 38, Megan Wilson. Gilly to Brown to Dauphiné. Didn't quite have the momentum or high enough hit to get that one over. Serve. It's Grozic with the spike. Great communication out on the court. You may even be able to hear from the camera. Teammates talking to one another, directing each other on the floor. And that's side out to Nokomis. Grozek to serve. A nice dig there by number 16, Paige Meter from Messalonskee. Point goes to the Warriors. Walker, and that one goes out of bounds. Side out Messalonskee. Number 6, Madison Card for the serve. That bump by Dauphiné and finish by Abby Brown gives the Warriors a side out. Melissa Walker to serve. Strong kill by Messalonskee on that one. And Dauphiné unable to bump the ball upwards to a teammate. Here's Jordan Lambert with the serve. That one low and straight into the net. Still with some force, but side out to Nokomis. Substitutions coming on. You see at the varsity level, perhaps a few more subs as they go to get specialized players into locations for each rotation. Strong serve by Dauphiné. Nice bump by Walker. Gilly, and the finish by Brown. There's Brown again. What a slam, but that's blocked nicely by Messalonskee. Grozek to Walker. The finish on the third hit. Oh, miscommunication on the Eagles side, and Warriors get the point. Paula Dauphiné with her second serve. What a nice volley that was. The kill by Candice Pilat. Stays in bounds, and that's side out Messalonskee. Number 8, Kira Bumford to serve. Bumped by Nancy Dauphiné. The finish. The Warriors get the side out as it's tipped out of bounds by Messalonskee. And here's Mia Gilly to serve. Is that good left-handed serve, as we noticed in the JV game as well. Hit up by the libero. As you'll notice, that ball is hit out of bounds by Nokomis. Side out to the Eagles. You'll notice one girl wearing the opposite color jersey, or a different color jersey. It's a position called the libero, often a defensive specialist. So they can play anywhere on the court. Players stepping over each other on that one. And the ball gets back to Nokomis, as does a lead, 10-8. And Abby Brown, the serve. Ooh, that one a little too hard, goes out of bounds. Substitutions for the Eagles before the serve. Oh, great serve there by McDonald. Tying the game up for the Eagles. Good finish by Brown. Oh, try as she might. Dauphiné couldn't get that last hit over the net from so far back. And nice play by Pilot with that kill. The ball zings off the net, which counts as an ace for Elise McDonald. Oh, what a spike finish by Brown there. The libero, number 3, Jordan Cowett, the last to try and hit that for Messalonskee, but unable to get it back across the net. Side out, Warriors, now down by 1. Service by Nancy Dauphiné. Lambert with the cross-court kill there. The Warriors are able to get it back over the net, but not in bounds. Side out to Messalonskee. Oh, set up. Hard to get that spike from the back line sometimes to get over. And that serve by Megan Wilson goes out of bounds. And we're back in the rotation to Ali Grozick to serve for the Warriors. Staying within 2. That's over. Spiked by Gilly. Miscommunication on the Messalonskee side, and that's a point for the Warriors. Good communication with the Warriors. Third hit coming up. What a spike by Brown. Out of bounds, point Warriors. Third hit over to the Warriors. Gilly with the left-footed kill. Left-footed. I'm used to soccer, folks. I'm sorry about that. Though it would be perfectly legal in volleyball. It was a left-handed kill by Mia Gilly. Oh, the serve hits the net and barely bounces over. A tricky point for Ali Grozick. Timeout called by Messalonskee. Coach Selamere. Some interesting and close action here between the Eagles and Warriors in this first game of a best-of-5 match on this sunny and warm March 23rd game day. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Palmyra Golf Course and Campground at 147 Lang Hill Road in Palmyra, Maine. Call the golf course at 938-4947 or the campground at 938-5677. Thank you for being a Warrior sponsor. And A.E. Robinson Company at 60 Newport Road, Corinna, 278-4626. As we are ready to resume the game, Ali Grosick continuing her serve. That makes it just over and into that little slot in the front row as Maddie Card tried to get to that, unable to. Another point for the Warriors. It's over, looking for the spike. And the kill by Mia Gilly. Had a couple of those. Just a nice little left-handed spike. Nothing even too hard. It was just placed perfectly. And Messalonskee unable to scramble to get it. Grosick with another serve. Oh, there's a big spike, but into the net. Point Warriors. Gilly there to block, but it wasn't even over the net. A good serve to the back row. The bump, the set, and the spike, and that one is too far by Lambert, out of bounds, and point to the Warriors, now leading 20-14. Lambert going for the third hit there into the net. Continuing this nice run of service by Grosick. Dubé with the third hit for Messalonskee. Now Brown finishing it off. Gilly and Walker just setting it over. Nice backward set. Brown gets to put the third hit over. Oh, there's a nice cross-court kill by number 6, Madison Card, for the Eagles. That's side out Messalonskee, ending that great serving run by Grosick. And Card with the serve. Bump straight up twice. Third one's got to get over, and Walker puts it over. Brown to Walker, the finish by Gilly. Melissa Walker right over. A light finish there by Messalonskee. Grosick with the third hit. Oh, that was good looking for him, but not high enough. Was Kiera Bumford, and side out Warriors. Melissa Walker to serve. All right. Couple Eagles scramble to dig that one up, but not able to get it over. Good talk by Brown, and she gets the setup for the spike. Block from the front row by Pila. Eventually put over by Bumford. Oh, blocked by Brown. No one else able to scoop that up right after. Ball goes to the floor, and that's a point for Messalonskee. Have another timeout on the floor with Nokomis leading 23-16, wanting to finish off this game, needing 2 more points. The timeout clock hasn't started, but Each side, they'd have basically a minute, and there we go. Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting is pleased to bring you this game by Casa Cattle Farm Store, 207-249-2191 from Nokomis Road in Corinna, Maine. And also Nor'easter Game Calls. Get 'em in close. Some of the Warrior teammates and Eagle teammates chatting during the timeout. Coming to an end, we'll see if the Warriors can come out and end this game number 1. It's been pretty close, pretty exciting. A lot of good, strong serves, some nice spikes, and also just some great team play. Number 23, Kristen Dubé, serves it into the net, and that's side out to Nokomis. Also game point, 24-16. Paula Dauphiné with a serve. And what a serve it was. Messalonskee's Madison Card unable to dig that one. And that's the game 1 to the Warriors. Winning it 25-16. This is a best of 5 match, and we'll be back shortly for game 2. Yeah. Yeah. Pleased to bring you a replay of the final play there. Great serve. Really great effort on the dig there, but not enough for the placement was beautiful right near the sideline. Some of the great experience brought by the Dauphiné sisters there, seniors in this program. I think they've been with it since it began. And we're glad to be with you now here from Nokomis Regional High School, Newport, Maine, broadcasting across the globe. You'll notice, along with today's officials, Brian McDonald up on the tall chair, if you will, and Mila Kreider on the far side, that a couple of the home teams, usually JV players, are linesmen for the varsity game, as a couple of varsity players were for the JV matches. Just helping on those close calls if a ball is inbounds or out, which is the case for any home team, to provide those secondary officials, if you will. Probably receiving a few final instructions. And we'll get underway in just about a minute for the second game of today's matchup between Messalonskee and Nokomis. Again, Messalonskee coming in at 5-1, Nokomis at 2-2, but looking good after that game 1 win. Nokomis is coached by varsity coach Kate Myers, herself an alumnus of Yarmouth High School, where she played her varsity volleyball, as well as with the Maine Premier team. And Nokomis with the first serve by Abby Brown. It was a nice spike finish by Paige Meter for Messalonskee. They earn the side out. Height certainly does help in a sport like volleyball, and Meter has some, as does the current server, number 13, Candice Pila. The officials are awarding the ball to Nokomis. Not necessarily a point, and there's a little confusion as to why would that be. You might have to wait till after the game to get clarification on that. There's a nice play by Messalonskee to get the ball back. Clear side out there, making the score 2-1 for the guests. Getting the scoring cleared up on the sideline there. We're glad to bring you a second angle for this game with the camera down on the floor. Possibly next game we'll have a sideline reporter telling us what's going on from the scores table. Oh, the serve by Elise McDonald, and it's an ace. Her first of this game and second of the match. Goes with the next serve. Oh. That bump put out of bounds. A great finish by the Warriors. Ali Grozek coming up to serve again. Megan Wilson to serve for Messalonskee. It's side out to the Warriors with Melissa Walker stepping up to serve. Messalonskee's waiting to make a substitution though. And the scoring being done on the sideline as well. At the scores table, we have Athletic Director Mark Babin, Secretary Terry Murray, and Athletic Trainer, as well as the scorebook keeper, Bob Crater. Trying to keep up with the stats on all the players with this fast action. Certainly not an easy thing. Keeping up with the action, even up from this great vantage point, also not the easiest. Extra break for both teams. You can see where it potentially could interrupt the flow of the game. Maybe someone's momentum. here in Game 2. Nokomis won the first game 25-16. And if you missed it earlier on, the JV match was a 2-1 result for Nokomis. Winning the first game, losing the second to Messalonskee, and then in their best of 3, winning the shorter third game. All play resumes now in the varsity match. A nice long serve, and unfortunately wide, though, by Melissa Walker. Side out, Messalonskee. Madison Card to serve. Oh, that one grazed off Rachel Creswell. So deflected by the Warriors, out of bounds. Point to Messo. Creswell smartly ducks that one. Gonna have a good idea of where the line is. Knew that could be going out of bounds. As well as preserving one's own head. Here's Erin Bean for the serve. Oh, that was a nice kill by Messalonskee. Pilot from the outside hitter position, getting that nice spike across the court. Warriors unable to handle it. Side out to Messalonskee. Number 23, Kristen Dubé with the serve. Good recovery by Walker and the finish by Brown. Walker with this first one. I guess it's going to have to go off the net. Yeah, just a little bit misplaced. Another serve for Dubé coming up. Grozick with the bump, Walker, and the finish by Adams. Courtney Adams unable to finish that one, and that's point to Messalonskee. Another zinger of a serve, and that's an ace for Kristen Dubé. Warriors calling a timeout to try and get a hold of this game. Down 12-5 at this point. Talk that over, trying to regain the composure. Coach Selimore perhaps showing some technique or maybe what not to do to her team. It seemed to be a strong program coming in, as I said before, with a 5-1 record. Also a more established program and Class A school. Messalonskee. Yep. Kristen Dubé to serve again. Just got some velocity on that. That's hard to handle, and Rachel Creswell bumps that across the court on her own side. 13-5 for the Eagles. Well, that serve goes in. Warriors perhaps thought it was going out. And that's an ace. Second one for Kristen Dubé in this run of serves. Substitution for the Warriors as Paula Dauphiné comes in for Creswell. Grozick trying to get a piece of that. Well, she does get a piece, but it's deflected off to our near sideline. Good serve, well handled that time by Dauphiné. And we have a volley. Grozick up Walker, third hit by Adams, makes it over. And that was possibly a little tricky to handle by Card. Side out Warriors. And Courtney Adams will take the serve. Nice one. Some top spin on it. Walker to Brown, looking for a nice finish by Grosick. Barely had to punch it over, though, and that works. Another kill for Ali Grosick. Good serve by Adams. Oh, wonderful spike finish by Candace Pilat for the Eagles. Side out to Messalonskee. Their libero, number 3, coming on. Jordan Cowett. The Warriors sub Mia Gilly back on. Nice high toss in that serve. Just like in tennis, sometimes the toss is the key. Brown to Grosick, back to Brown, just to get that ball over. Oh, nice setup by McDonald and the kill by Meter. Point to Messalonskee. Rather, side out to Nokomis. I missed something there. Nice recovery, getting the ball from out of bounds. Walker to Brown's got to go over. Almost found that hole in the middle. Here's Allie. Oh, she had the force on it, but not the downward force. That's gone out of bounds. Eagles serve. Candace Pilat. Walker hits that, and Grosick finishes. Nice point inside out for the Warriors. Paula Dauphiné will go back to serve after the substitution as Riley Donovan comes on the court. Got some bouncy energy there by Dauphiné, but ball into the net. Side out, and Elise McDonald will serve. That set goes over right away. Oh, good effort there by Grosick on the dig, but that was already the Warriors' third hit, I believe, after a couple deflections. Not enough. 19-9 now for Messalonskee. Oh, first hit goes backwards. Could still be recovered. Oh, if it weren't for the ceiling. Those dumb ceilings. Giving the point to the road team. 20-6 now. McDonald with the serve. Grosick gets that over for the Warriors. Spike into the net by Card. Side out Nokomis. Ali Grosick going back to serve. Warriors be hoping she can have another good long run of serves like she did the first time. And it starts out well. As a little left-handed deflection by McDonald goes nowhere. Good bump by the libero. And that drops to nobody. Grosick to serve again. Oh, deflected sideways by Kristen Dubé, and teammates unable to react in time. Grozik with the next serve. High towards the back row. Coette to McDonald. Finish by Meter. Next round again. There's Brown. Nice high hit. Oh, back to Brown to finish. And what a kill that was by Brown from the back line. Good teamwork there, bringing the Warriors within 6. Another serve for Grozik. Good recovery by Messalonskee. And that hit by Coette goes out of bounds. Messalonskee's unable to recover from that, and it's another point for the Warriors, pulling within 5. Teamwork here by the Warriors. The finish by Donovan, and that's all it took. Seventh serve by Grozik here on this run. Oh, to the back line. That's going to go over, and it does. Oh, that was a great spike and a good recovery by Brown. Over by Gilly. Looking for a nice spike finish, but that goes into the net. Point Warriors. Grozik on a good run here, bringing the Warriors within 3. Coette to McDonald. Finish by Meter. Oh, it was up. It was high enough, not deep enough. Side out Messalonskee. Making a sub for 2, and now up 21-17, but the Warriors making this game close once again. Wilson with that serve, and she gets the next point for the Warriors as Walker's unable to get the third hit over. There it is for Gilly. The left-handed put down after a couple deflections on the Eagles side. The Warriors have the ball, the serve again. Here's Melissa Walker. Strong serve going to the back line. To the Warriors side. Spike. Grozik to Brown. Donovan, good put over. What was a difficult ball. And that one's over and out. And it's out and it's over. Warriors now have 19. Third hit. Gets over. Dauphiné to Brown. Donovan puts it over. Oh, that one high, wide, and not at all handsome. Out of bounds. Point to the Warriors. Third hit coming. Donovan, nice set. A little too far, though. Dauphiné coming from behind that 10-foot line wouldn't have been able to spike it, so that one falls. And it's 23-20 for Messalonskee. That service by Maddie Card going out of bounds. Much to the relief of the Warriors, now within 2 with this side out. And Riley Donovan about to serve. Hard to tell if that ball would have been going out of bounds or not, and Walker had to make a play on it. Deflects it backwards, so that's side out to Messalonskee, and now they have game point with Kristen Dubé coming up for the serve. She had a great run of serves earlier on. And that's an ace. That'll do it. She got that serve right to an open patch of floor. No one could cover for the Warriors. And we are now in this match tied up with that 25-21 win for Messalonskee. The Warriors 1 game. Messalonskee 1 game. We'll continue later. Coach Kate Myers bringing a roster, perhaps a roster change over to the scorers table there. It's her first year coaching at Nokomis and first year coaching high school volleyball. I'm sure she's thankful for the experience that Dubé brings from her first few years with the program as it was getting going as a club sport. And then her own considerable experience with high school varsity volleyball and a travel team type of competition. Down in southern Maine, volleyball, I think, is a bit bigger deal. It's just kind of growing here. And one can certainly see why. It's a fun, fast-paced sport. All right, the team's just about ready to start their third game in the match, which will be a best of 5. Messalonskee getting the first serve of the game. Candice Pilat ready to do so as soon as the officials are ready to start. Candice Pilat to serve, starting from near the middle of the back line. There's bump by Gilly. Dauphiné trying to put the final hit over. Oh, that one finds its way through the two Warriors in the back line between Gilly and Brown. And that's an ace for Candice Pilat, a sophomore from Messalonskee. There's a good bump. Set, and a beautiful spike by Brown. And that's tipped out by Messalonskee. Side out and point to the Warriors. Abby Brown to take the first serve of the game for Nokomis. Nice running, jumping spike serve. Oh, what a finish there by Messalonskee. Kept alive by the Warriors. Grozic with the third hit. Oh, that ball getting close to the line there. So Brown had to make a play for it. Goes out of bounds. Paige Meter with the kill for the visiting Messalonskee Eagles. Oh, now there's a good finish by Grosick. And deflected out by Cowett. There's a side out to the Warriors. Nancy Dauphiné with serve. Oh, now there's a good kill by Paula Dauphiné. Well, not technically a kill, I think, until they get the point from it, but good hit. That decent volley ends with a ball whacked into the net by Messalonskee. Point to the Warriors. And the second serve to Nancy Dauphiné. Nice put over. And back again by Grosick. Third serve for Dauphiné coming up. Meter with the finish there. Oh, two Warriors back away from it. Ball does not go anywhere. Side out to Messalonskee. And their senior player, Maddie Card. Good get by Paula Dauphiné on that one, needing to get the third hit all the way over the net. And she finds a spot with that sideways bump. Here's Grosick with the serve. Oh. Yeah, third hit there. A valiant effort to try and get it over, but point to the Warriors. There's ace for Grosick. Substitution. As Kira Goldsmith comes on for Messalonskee. A good effort by the Warriors. Well, that's a point to Messalonskee. And I'll point out an earlier error in the rosters that we had for Messalonskee during the JV game. There was another player that I was calling Kira Goldsmith that apparently is not, because it is number 31 who is currently at the outside hitter position. Good effort by the Warriors there, though. A couple players diving, not able to scoop that ball up and out. Now Pilat back on in the place of Kira Goldsmith. Oh, good block there by Messalonskee on the spike by Gilly. And that's a point to Messalonskee. Another serve coming up for Megan Wilson. Bump by Dauphiné, a little off balance, and goes to the empty spot in the middle. Trying to reach her sister. Wilson. Walker to Brown to Dauphiné. Gets that off the block, and that's the point to the Warriors, and side out, Nokomis. Melissa Walker to serve. Oh, there's a nice kill First hit by the Warriors. If the first hit didn't hit the ceiling or the basketball hoop up there, that last hit did. And that's side out Messalonskee. Nice bump by Dauphiné. To Dauphiné for the kill from Nancy DePaula. And it's side out Warriors. Now Paula to serve. Grozic with a second hit. It's got to go off the net and over. That's a little tall of an order. Side out Messalonskee. Keeping this game quite close. Back and forth here. It is 10-9 Messalonskee. Dauphiné to Walker to Dauphiné, making a great effort on the last two hits there. Grozic staying down though. Might have got a bit of floor burn on that last dive. Hopefully no joint damage. Yeah, she's holding her arm there where it may have skidded against the floor. And Kiera Bumford to serve now. That's a good smack over. Walker to finish. Nice spike by Pilat. Here goes Walker to Gilly. Nice bump by Walker, goes over. Oh, the put down by Card for Messalonskee. Good kill there in this setter position. Kiera Bumford with the next serve, but that goes out. Side out Warriors, just down by 2 now. Mia Gilly to serve. What a block by Grozic. Great block on the spike attempt by Madison Card. On a nice set by Elise McDonald there for Messalonskee. A good block trumps a good spike anytime. Third hit coming up. Cowett. Then over, and that's too far. Good attempt by Pilat, but that goes out of bounds. Point to the Warriors. Continued serves by Gilly. It's a good one. Yes, the kill by Grozic. And sort of an MVP. Certainly one of them for the Warriors. With their great runs of serves and great play up at the net. Ready for a block again. Yeah, ball did land on the Warriors' side that time though, and after the officials discussed that, it is a point to Messalonskee. Service by Pilat into the net though, and just that abruptly it goes back to the Warriors, who now have 1 point lead. Service coming back from Abby Brown. Somewhat uncharacteristic serve into the net Abby Brown there. And it's a side out right back to Messalonskee. Nice hit. Great setup. And just when you'd be expecting a huge slam, just a light touch by Grozek to get that kill. And it's side out back to Nokomis. Now up 15-14. And Nancy Dauphiné with the serve. Oh, Dauphiné and Walker almost collide on that one. Big serve by Card. Play continues. Dauphiné to Brown. Finished by Grozek. The set and the spike. Warriors hoping that was going to go out. Looked like it had actually hit the line, but that point is being called out of bounds and awarded to the Warriors. Now with the lead and Grozek with the serve. Nice backward set by McDonald there, the setter for Messalonskee. And another great set. And the finish by Paige Meter. Side out to Messalonskee, and looks like they're going to put Megan Wilson in, possibly to serve. Indeed. Nice dig by Dauphiné. And then Paula Dauphiné with the next hit. Nancy over to Walker, to Brown. There we go. Seeing some valuable second hits or sets by Elise McDonald for Messalonskee. And some nice finishes off it. Not that one. That went out of bounds, and it's side out to Nokomis. Maintaining that narrow lead. And Melissa Walker to serve. That's a good one. Pilot with the finish. The cross-court kill gets over Nancy Dauphiné's head on that one. Side out Messalonskee. And Kristen Dubé up to serve. Another strong one, but a good bump by Dauphiné. It's over. Oh, off the net, and Messalonskee comes up with it. That ball whacked into the net by Nokomis. Side out. Or not side out, rather point to Messalonskee, who now have the 1 point lead. Grozek with the second hit. Third's got to go over. It does. The player is allowed to play it with their foot, but I think that was just an attempt to get out of the way or back up by Paige Meter, as the ball looked like it may have been going out of bounds. Side out to the Warriors, now tied at 18. Here's Paula Dauphiné. Nice second hit. Dauphiné puts it over and finds the empty floor. Kill for Nancy Dauphiné. Serve might have been going out, but it's played. And the ball is in play. Whacked into the net by Kristen Dubé. Another point for the Warriors. Now with a small but slightly larger 2 point lead, 20-18. Ball Girls up, needs to go over. Definitely unable to put that over, but there was a hit on the net, it seemed. And perhaps that's what official Brian McDonald was thinking, but it's being called a side out. So Messalonskee didn't touch the net, and they get the ball. Jordan Cowett to serve. Grozik with the bump, then Walker with a set. Oh, Brown going for the spike. Timeout being called by Nokomis coach Myers. With the score tied up at 20 here in the game number 3 of the match. Looking to break the 1-1 tie we have going on here. Nokomis having lost their first match at Messalonskee 3-1, would sure love to get a second win here. Be the first to 2, and then the first to 3, of course. Discussing strategy, just pulling the girls together, getting them psyched up, ready to go. And we'll resume. Served by Coet. Grozik to Brown to Gilly. And a nice kill by Gilly. As neither Coet nor Dubé could get on the other end of that one successfully. And Gilly will now have the serve. Seems like that's happened a few times today, that the girl to get the kill is the next one to serve. Oh, that was a great spike there that Grozik tried to get a piece of to block, but nothing doing. Side out to Messalonskee. Here's Candace Pilot. That's close to the net. Hard one to play unless you have more height. Still difficult regardless. Pilot with the next serve. Ball whacked into the net. Side out Nokomis. Gaining the point on that. Ties them up at 22. What a good looking serve there. Very high first hit. Second hit's over. Grozik got a touch on that. Oh, nice finish by Paige Meter on that one. Again, one of those ones that almost like a change-up in baseball. It's like a little less force than you might be expecting. And either way, hard to react to. Now here's Elise McDonald with a serve. Over to Nokomis side. Dauphiné with that finish. Deflected off by Elise McDonald. And it's side out Warriors. Keeping them right in this and tied at 23 now. And Nancy Dauphiné with the serve. Well, it was looking short, but it made it. And Card unable to get that. It's game point for the Nokomis Warriors. The game has to be won by 2. This would just squeak by. There's a set. Have to bump it over. Walker getting that. Gilly gets it over. There's a set. A little tip by Grozik is all it took. The kill for the Warriors. And that is game number 3. Win number 2 for the Warriors. 25-23. As I said, just squeaking by that 2-point margin. So as we have a little break between game 3 and 4, the Warriors up 2-1. Looking to finish things in game 4 if possible, which will be a game to 25 points again. And if it gets tied up, the final game, the 5th game, would be only to 15, as we saw earlier in the JV match. Now the Nokomis JV record is the same as Varsity, so perhaps the JV win can predict the Varsity win. We'll be back in a minute. And we're seconds away from resuming play and starting game 4 in today's varsity matchup between the Messalonskee Eagles and the Nokomis Warriors. I'm your announcer, Nate Roach, bringing you the action from Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting Studios, high above, or at least one story above, the volleyball floor. Nokomis gets the serve. Abby Brown with it. What a great jump serve. A little block there. On the fingertips of Grozek. Gets the point to the Warriors. And the second serve, unfortunately, goes into the net. Side out Messalonskee. Oh, that serve may be tipped by a couple of Warriors, but point for Elise McDonald. Second serve, similar to the Warriors start, goes right into the net, and it's side out. Nancy Dauphiné to serve. Short serve. Nice third hit by Brown. And that third hit by Meter, unfortunately, going into the net. But fortunate for the Warriors, now with the 3-2 lead. Nice low serve by Dauphiné. Walker puts it right back over. Oh, that finish. Nice and hard by Messalonskee. Warriors unable to catch up to their initial deflection. Kiera Bumford to serve. Dauphiné to Grozek. Walker to finish. Meter with another big kill. Coming from that outside hitter position. She's got some height and strength for that. Bumford with her next serve. Gilly to Walker. Set up, or rather Brown sets up Walker. Right over by Grozek. Now Gilly to Walker to Grozek. Nice set there by McDonald. And the finish, or the kill by Kristen Dubé. Deflection off the net. Hits the floor without a Warrior touching it. Oh, my bad, though. It hit the out of bounds antenna, if you will. And so that's actually gone, despite it being a nice play, it is a side out to the Warriors. Good volley going on here. What a hit from the back line by Abby Brown. I have to say, we've seen a few of those in this game already. I'll be glad to see some more. Still Abby Grozek's serve. Allie Grozek, sorry. Not to be confused with Abby Brown. Substitution by Messalonskee, and now off we go. Oh, nice hit by Melissa Walker. Looking around, she didn't exactly even know where it went, I think. But a good reaction in the right direction. Comes from experience, and it's one of the seniors on the Warrior squad. She's got that. That ball into the net, and a point to the Warriors. Now with a 7-4 lead. Another sub. Pilat coming into the middle there for Messalonskee. Serve to the back line. McDonald with a setup. Pilat putting it down, but it's right back to the Eagles side. Onto there is a great spike by Paige Meter. Getting the point for Messalonskee. Megan Wilson comes on for the serve. Dauphiné puts that over. Maybe unsure if one or two of her teammates had touched it already. And there's a good finish by Gilly, getting the side out for Nokomis. Melissa Walker to serve. Pushed forward. That almost looked like a carry, but no such call for Messalonskee. And the Warriors get the point anyway with that nice finish. Dauphiné with the bump. Nice set by... Oh, there's a call, perhaps, of someone touching the net there. So the point goes to the Warriors anyway. Walker's serve. Oh, bump backwards. Too far for the teammates to catch up. Considered a deflection. And the Warriors now have an 11-5 lead. And Coach Pia Selamer wants to talk it over on the Messalonskee sideline. As the Warriors have built a 6-point lead off some excellent serves by Melissa Walker and some by Ali Grozick. Some good all-around team play. We got players on both teams really going after it. Some great dives, trying to dig that ball from off the floor. And keeping the games quite exciting.
They'll get right back to it, yeah. Do you remember if it's one that they scored on, it was just good, or did we get a block?
It was a nice spike from her. Yeah.
Don't mind showing other highlights.
Coming back from the timeout. Walker with a serve. Bumped high, set high, and finished. Gilly with the finish here. And that's a spike to the middle of the floor. Nice one by Gilly. Walker with a serve. Gilly again in the middle. Getting that left-handed spike, and she gets her second kill in a row. Like that angle from the floor, you get a little perspective. The height of some of the players, and a little bit more too of how fast that ball is zipping around too. Another point for the Warriors, and Melissa Walker continues to serve. That's a nice blast. Sort of handcuffed Jordan Coette. Right around her elbows. Not a good place to get a good bump. Oh, she's just spanking it. And that one goes out. Walker allows it to go out and gets the point in the serve. Up 16-5. That one curves a little sideways there. Nice play by Messalonskee. Brown sets that up for Dauphiné to finish. Deflected out of bounds. Brought back in. Nice play by Messalonskee. Gilly to Brown. Sets that over to the back line. That's got to go down. Yeah. Nice dig by Brown. Dauphiné to Brown. To Dauphiné. Hoping to get a deflection on that, but she didn't. And that's side out to Messalonskee. Kristen Dubé to serve. Well, that one was handcuffs Dauphiné, but they're able to recover. Keep the play going. Ooh, Madison Card, after just having a nice third hit, hits that last one into the net. Nokomis gets it. Nancy Dauphiné to serve. To Gilly. Kind of out of position or just not able to get that right over the net. Side out Messalonskee. The score 17-7. There's a great finish by Gilly. And side out. Gilly's the one who gets the serve next. Ace for Gilly. Finding that spot near the 10-foot line. That was open as Messalonskee tries to converge. No one able to get it. Set straight up. Bump backwards. No go for the Eagles. 20-7 for Nokomis. Wanting to win their third game right now if possible. No need for the fifth game. Setting up Brown. And she gets it basically out off the blocker to fall down to the floor. 21-7 Nokomis. Gilly continuing to serve. A low serves, grazes the net. Messalonskee hits it, but it settles out of bounds on the Warriors' side. And that's a point to Nokomis. Timeout, Messalonskee. While we're doing this timeout, we can attempt to bring you a replay of that nice tip there. Set to Gilly in the middle. Picked off the defenders, if you will. Then whacked into the net as they fall to the floor. Point to the Warriors. We can also show you a nice spike by Messalonskee's McDonald. There's a set in the water. Way to whack the ball. So it's been great play on both sides here. Right now, the Warriors on top, 22-7. That ball already headed over and then plunked down by Grozek. But the refs do see how she did reach over the net for that. So it's going to go Messalonskee's way. Matty Card with the serve. Grozek putting it over. Meter with the finish. Dauphiné does help to be above the net to spike it downwards. Point to Messalonskee. Nice tip over by Meter, and that's enough to fool the Warriors. And despite Grozek's attempt to dig that, not able to. Matty Card with serve. Gilly with the bump. Grozek trying to put that over, just in that tricky range of being just so close to the top of the net. You're not sure if it's going to be on your side or already over. 22-11. Card with another nice serve. Dauphiné. Put over by Grozek. On the other side, a little miscommunication there. Little hesitation. Kira Bumford getting the final hit, but it's not over. And now side out to the Warriors. Abby Brown to serve. Nice solid serve. Meter looking for that nice big finish. Grozek punches it up. And Nancy Dauphiné trying to get the last hit over. Into the net though. Side out. Messalonskee and Elise McDonald now with the serve. That one straight into the net, giving the Warriors 24. It's game point, 24-12. Also, match point. Nancy Dauphiné. Don't know if there was pressure getting to her or not, but that serve comes up uncharacteristically short, as she usually is a good server. Side out, Messalonskee. Number 3, Jordan Cowett to serve. Gilly with the bump. Grosick puts it straight over. Nice set. And the spike. Set up for Grosick. Looking for that combination of McDonald over to Meter once again, but that ball's whacked into the net. And it's point to the Warriors. They win 25-13. That gives them the match, 3-1. It's been a great afternoon and early evening of volleyball here. Let's show you that last play of the game. Messalonskee just trying to get it over. It's into the net where Grosick and Walker are there for the block. And that's it. Game, set, match. It's been a thrill to bring you this match today for Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting and everyone here. Cameraman Bradley Moore and Ethan Cody. Director Matt Brown. This is Nate Roach signing off.